Hey, how's it going, guys? So this video is going to be a little bit different. I decided to do another, I guess you could call it story time, and maybe a little Q&A video as well. Cause a lot of people who have been like watching my videos have been also like asking me some questions. Every time I like react to a video, they're like, "Okay, so you never played Halo, so what did you grow up on?" or things like that. So I decided to do that. So today is, well, actually not today. The day I'm releasing this video onto my channel is gonna be February 24th. And that's like about 5 to 6 days away. And what's significant about that day to me, February 24, is that it is my birthday and I will be turning 26. So today, the 24th, I turned 26 years old. So yeah, I know, yay. So here's a little bit of Q&A. Like, people have been asking me, like, they didn't like ask all these questions. I just like threw a little bit in there. So some people ask like, "Hey man, how you doing? Like, so what's your story, man? Like, where you from?" Things like that. So I decided to do a little bit about me. So let's start all the way from the beginning. So I was born in Seattle, Washington on February 24, 1998. And basically, I'm an only child. Like, no half siblings, no siblings, no one. Like, just me. Me and my parents. And I didn't grow up or live in Seattle, Washington. So what happened was I was born in Seattle, Washington, but my parents and I went to Korea. So I was just a few months old when I went there, and I lived there for about like 2 or 3 years. And then when I was 3 years old, we moved all the way to Sacramento, California. Well, not Sacramento, Folsom, California, which is where I grew up in. The reason why we moved over there is because my dad's job was moved over there, and my dad is an accountant, and my mom was a real estate agent. But my mom wasn't exactly a full-time real estate agent. She was a part-time real estate agent. She was basically like a stay-at-home mom, like looking after me. I know there's only one kid, but hey, she took care of the house and she took care of me. And growing up, the one thing about me was actually two things about me was martial arts, karate and taekwondo, and gaming. Those are like the two things I excelled at. Mom and dad got me into a lot of things when I was growing up, like piano, guitar, soccer, and basketball. Now, piano, I did most of my like early elementary school time, but when I started middle school, I didn't really like the piano anymore. But then again, middle school, everyone changed, and in middle school, I was pretty rebellious. Guitar is just a little bit here and there. I still have a guitar. My dad uses it too. And for soccer was mostly from preschool all the way to what was it, like second grade. But then I stopped, and then I went to basketball for about like a year, and then I stopped. So athletic wise, I was not it. I was just that skinny kid who just really didn't like stand out or do it, wasn't like really popular or anything like that. So gaming wise, for gaming, the very first console I've ever had in my life was a GameCube. Now, for a younger audience, if you guys are wondering what that is, search it up. It's called GameCube. Or actually, here, I haven't done one of these, but maybe I'll like put images around here and there of what the console looks like. But GameCube was my very first console. And the most memorable games that I had on there, I didn't have a lot of games, so I'm able to list them off pretty easily, because mom and dad wouldn't really buy them because they're afraid that it's gonna like feed into my addiction or something like that. Gaming addiction. Oh, who knows? Now I mean, like, now I have a gaming channel. So the games that I had on my GameCube was called Star Fox Adventures. Now this was a pretty difficult game, like all the puzzles in there and things like that. And I was an elementary school kid, so I wasn't smart. I wasn't like really patient to like keep on doing the puzzles and everything, but I still progressed forward. But guys, I'm not joking. I'm not exaggerating or anything like that. That game took me almost 10 months to beat. 10 months to beat Star Fox Adventures. Now, some of you are real laughing right now. They're like, 10 months to beat a video game? But like I said, I wasn't really good at thinking or anything like that. And another game was called Dakar or Dakar 2. Here, wait, let me... Dakar 2. And that was a racing game. Now, I don't know if this is like still out or anything like that, but I played on the PlayStation. I mean, not PlayStation. I played on the GameCube, and I still remember the intro because I watched the intro every single time. They have like the options to like skip it when you enter the game, but I really love watching it, and I still remember. It's like some sort of race in Europe, and it started in Europe, and it went somewhere in Egypt. Egypt? Oh no, not Egypt. Somewhere in Africa. I don't remember where. I don't remember where it ended, but I might have to look that up. But it's like a long race. But I gotta say, the cinematics was really great, and that was a really fun game. And another one was Star Wars Rogue Squadron 2. This was my favorite game, and also Dad's as well, because Dad played a little bit of GameCube at the time too. At that age too. He doesn't game anymore. But that was one of the games that he shared, but that was not his favorite game. His favorite game was Star Wars Bounty Hunter. Now this, for those, it's like, it was like on PlayStation 2, but actually you can buy it on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 right now. I actually saw it. You can actually buy it for like about $10, because this game came out long ago. And the main character of this game is Jango Fett. Basically, spoilers if you guys haven't played this game. Basically, it's Jango Fett's like journey, and also Palpatine and Count Dooku's like plan on how to create the clone army for the Republic, and their search of a clone template. And I remember they went through like trials with like many other bounty hunters, and Jango Fett won. And instead of money, they gave him a chance to become a host for a clone army. I remember that. And another game was Star Fox. I forgot. Star Fox. Here, let me look it up. I have my computer right here. It was Star Fox. I want to get the title right. That's why I'm looking it up. Star Fox 64 Assault. And it was basically another Star Fox game. And this thing... Wait, not 64. Oh, Star Fox Assault. Forget the 64. But... this game was a lot of fun too. I remember playing it at Best Buy first, and then I showed my dad. I was like, "Dad, can I have this please?" And my birthday was around too, so he's like, "Okay, so you sure you want this as your birthday gift?" And I was like, "Yes," and then he bought it for me. So for me growing up, the only way to get video games was two ways: birthday gifts or really good grades during semesters, like on report card. Not like saying like, "Hey, I got straight A's right now, can you buy me a game?" No, the final result has to be good grades. Now, I used to get straight A's when I was younger. That's what led to the video games. But then my GPA and grades started dropping as I grew older. So that phrase or quote, "with age comes wisdom," nope. Alright, now this was the highlight of GameCube. I mean, this game, I shared so many memories with all my friends, and it's Super Smash Bros. Melee. And I gotta say, wait, here, So Super Smash Bros. Melee, when I played that game, I played a lot of different characters, but my favorite character was, well, I mean, I had a few characters that I really liked. I don't want to say like I only liked one, but the characters that I liked was Link, Samus, and crap, what was it? Oh, Captain Falcon. There you go, Captain Falcon. And those were my favorite. Like top 3 characters that I always played when I went against my friends. But if I was just playing alone or just experimenting, I also played Mario, Pikachu, Fox, like, you know, the main character of Star Fox. And I mean, that was one of my favorite games. I mean, it was amazing. Now, I got in a lot of trouble. Now here's a little break in between while I go into the next console. I did get in a lot of trouble when I was growing up for gaming wise. I always had like a time limit when it came to gaming. Sometimes it was like 2 hours a day. 2 hours a day, but however, I can only play on Fridays and the weekends. I was forbidden to touch a gaming console from Monday to Thursday because of school. So that was what like really bothered me because those were rules by parents. Just 2 hours, and they said that you better keep track of that time. And I'll admit there were moments where I lost track of time because I was having so much fun on a certain level or certain game that I lost track. And whoo, that yelling and scolding I got from my parents was it. They always threatened to like destroy my discs or to sell my console, which leads up to my second console story, which is a PlayStation 2. So I got my PlayStation 2 at the same time I had a GameCube. So this was the only time in my life I had two gaming consoles. Now, how did I get my PlayStation 2? Man, I need a little water. So how did I get my PlayStation 2? I still remember it. I was in, I think at the end of first grade or beginning of second grade, so I was around like 7 or 8 years old. We were in Costco, just me and my dad. And my dad also saw the PlayStation 2 console there, but it was a bundle. So it was like in that plastic wrap, I don't know how to call it, but it was a PlayStation 2 console with 2 games that came with it. One was some sort of like, I forgot what it was called, because I didn't really play it. But I mean, it was fun, but not to the point where it was like memorable. It was like some sort of ATV racing game. But the other one was the very first PlayStation 2 game I've ever played, and one of my favorites. It is Ratchet and Clank. The very first Ratchet and Clank. This game was my childhood. I loved this so much. I even played the entire franchise. Ratchet Going Commando, Ratchet Crack in Time, Ratchet Deadlock, and Ratchet and Clank Deadlock, and so many others. But that was one of my favorite games. That franchise was really my childhood. And then down the road, when it came to my birthday, my dad got me Star Wars Battlefront, the very first Battlefront, the OG Battlefront. And personally, I prefer that to the new one. Maybe because of nostalgia, or, you know. Sorry, guys. What else? Sorry, guys. I'm like thinking, because I'm like, I had so many games and so many good memories that I'm trying to think, but the memories of the games keep on coming. I'm thinking like, oh man, I just want to play that game again. And then as time went by, I had a birthday party where I invited like a few of my friends, and basically it was a swimming pool party, not like a personal swimming pool and things like that. It was like a indoor swimming pool, like a public swimming pool, and they had events, so they closed off like a section of the pool just for like us and things like that. It was a lot of fun. And when it came to like giving presents, one of my friends gave me a Hot Wheels racing game, and that was a lot of fun. And I mean, people gave me a lot of racing games. Now I think about it, my dad is the only one that gave me like first-person shooter games and third-person shooter games, but all my friends always keep on giving me racing games. Now I think about it. And speaking of like first-person shooter games, my dad gave me Battlefront 2 about like 1 or 2 years after I got the first one. And between the two, my dad loves the first Battlefront more than the second one. I think what he didn't like was the fact that there was like more changes, and he already got used to the first Battlefront. So when it came to like playing the first Battlefront and the second one, he will only play with me if I'm playing the first Battlefront. I don't know, that's just him. And now this game kind of got me in trouble because it was a bit violent, but it was SOCOM I hope I'm saying it correctly, SOCOM US Navy SEALs. And the reason why I got in trouble was I mean, the shooting wasn't bad, but my mom saw certain cutscenes in that game. Like, I remember one of the missions was like a ship, and like terrorists took over the ship, and there was like crew members lying on the ground, and there was like pools of blood. At first, she didn't like what she was seeing, but then the terrorist noticed that the crew member was still alive, and then he just like riddled the body with bullets, and then she just started snapping her fingers at me and just said, hey, turn that off right now. That is not appropriate. And so when it comes to playing that game, because I'm like, I just took it out, but she didn't take it away. So when it comes to playing that game, I only played when dad was around, because I don't think dad really mind when dad was around or no one was around. But when she's around, I always turned it off because she did not like it. Ah man, good memories. What else? Later down the road, I didn't really touch the PlayStation 2 anymore. Then it went on to PlayStation 3, but I never got the PlayStation 3 when it came out. I got it about like a year after it came out. I made a deal with my parents. If I get a minimum of all A's, but like 1 or 2 B's, like all A's, but if certain classes were like 1 or 2 B's, then they will trade in my PlayStation 2 and get me a PlayStation 3. And I did. In middle school, I got my PlayStation 3. And that led to other games like Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed 3, and I think it was Assassin's Creed 3. And what was it? Oh, and Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Believe it or not, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood was the very first Assassin's Creed game I ever played. It was not Assassin's Creed 2 or Assassin's Creed 1. I know some of you guys are gonna say, bro, you didn't start at the beginning. Hey, I did what I could. So when I played Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, I was kind of confused because I thought it would be a different character, but no, it was a continuation of the second one. So I was kind of confused at the beginning there. Oh, that was my mistake. But either way, and I also made another deal with my parents. Like, I thought if I can get good grades again, then they'll get me more games. But I failed on my end of the deal. It was supposed to be all A's but 1 B, but unfortunately I got all A's and 2 B's because one teacher, she was the most ruthless grader I've ever met in my life. And because of that, they didn't get me any games, so I just went on with that. Now, PlayStation 3 I don't really remember because it was just a few games here and there, but PlayStation 2 and GameCube is really the most memorable one. Man, dude, I'm about to tear up just thinking about those days. So like I said, PlayStation and GameCube are the only consoles I've ever touched in my life. Now you guys see why I never touched Halo, because I only stuck to PlayStation, so I never like touched an Xbox. One game I did try to get on PlayStation, and it pissed off both my mom and my dad, which was God of War. When I tried to get God of War, they knew how violent it was and the nudity and everything, so they were just not happy. They're like, no, you're way too young for that. So I never touched God of War until I got into high school. Now going into high school, I finally traded up into a PlayStation 4, and that's where things started kicking off. A lot more games here and there. Oh, let's go back a little bit. Man, I can't believe I forgot this game. PlayStation 2, another game I had was Jak and Daxter. I only played the second one, which was Jak and Daxter 2, the Precursor Legacy. That's the only one I ever touched. But I know this is kind of like all over the timeline, but another console that I had was a PSP. Now on that PSP, I had 3 games. It was Star Wars The Force Unleashed, and Dexter, who was the other character in Jak and Daxter. And what was that game? Oh, SOCOM Fireteam. I hope that title's correct. I mean, like, I'll be posting images so you guys will see. But it was SOCOM Fireteam, and that was a pretty fun game. And also, it was portable, so no matter where I went, I always had my PSP. So I was really happy about that. I never had a Nintendo DS, and that pretty much leads up to the point where I have now a PlayStation 5. So that is a story time of a little bit about me growing up, but mostly it was my gaming history. So again, the significance of February 24th for me is my birthday. So again, I turned 26, and hopefully here's to a few more years. And when I mean few more years, I mean few more decades. Man, I didn't think I was gonna get this emotional on talking about this game, because I really do miss the GameCube and my PlayStation 2. But either way, guys, I don't want to make this sad. But if you guys have any more questions, feel free to put down in the comments below, and maybe I could put it into another video, kind of like another Q&A question. But like I said, put it down in the comments. But again, if the question is too personal or too inappropriate, I reserve the right to reject the question or not answer the question. But you can take your chances and put it down in the comments below. On top of that, what else? Well, that's pretty much all I have. So again, thank you guys for watching, and also put it down in the comments below, like, what was your first game console that you ever owned or ever touched? And also, what were your favorite games, or like, what was the very first game on that console, like the very first game console that you ever on that console that you ever played? So again, for me, the very first game I played on a GameCube was man, it's kind of hard to like track down on the timeline. What was the very first game? I think it was Super Smash Bros. Melee or Dakar 2, Dakar or Dakar 2. And on PlayStation 2, it was Ratchet and Clank. That was the very first PlayStation 2 game I ever played. And PlayStation 3, it was Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. PlayStation 4, I don't even remember, even though it's more recent compared to the other consoles. But hey, it is what it is. So put it down in the comments, guys. I'm really curious to see like what console started was your very first, and like what got you into gaming. So again, thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for listening to me talk for about 20 minutes. I hope you guys didn't mind like me sharing just a little bit about myself, but I like to hear some things about you guys. So again, put it down in the comments below, and also keep an eye out for more videos, and also check out the other videos on my channel. And again, thank you guys so much for your continued support in this channel. Like I said, gaming is my passion, so that's what started this channel, and I really do appreciate that you guys are like supporting it, like hitting the like button, and also like sharing information about like questions that I had about the Halo series, or just like anything in general. And I'm really glad to like interact with like other people who like certain game franchises or gaming as much as I do. So thank you for that. And again, I hope you guys are having an amazing day or night wherever you guys are, and I'll see you guys next time.